All right, so hey there. Let's have a little talk. Um, I moved to the Philippines from the United States some 5 months ago. Yeah, and I've been here for 5 months now, and I can't help but compare my life back then in the United States and here in the Philippines. I did, a little background about me. I've been U.S. green card for about 12 years since like 2012, so it's 2025 now. I've always tried to instill that in me, that I have that advantage to my advantage. Also, I've been coming back and forth to the Philippines for a while. um I think like when I came back post pandemic 2021, I came back to the United States, and then I was there up until like consistently, right? So I was there up until 2024 of this November, December, either. I think it was December. Yeah, December, yeah, because I came here. Sorry, I kind of forgot. I forgot things like late at night. But what I'm trying to say here is that um we actually like we I moved by myself, and then what happened is that I tend to compare these two things about whether or not, like, I'm actually happy here, and I try to evaluate those things too whenever I get the chance. And I believe I'm pretty happy here in the Philippines, sincerely. I don't know how sincere you think I am, but it is true. I do value the opportunity a lot. It's just there there are things that I compare, such as um, employment. It's very easy to get employment in the United States compared to the Philippines. I don't know why my clothes are here. I put them there. Sorry. Anyway, hey, I have a messy room, so I don't want you guys to see that. But yeah, my clothes are over there. I just noticed while I'm doing the camera. Anyway, yeah. Employment, it's easier to get a job in the U.S. than the Philippines compared to the Philippines. I know, I get it. There's a lot of people, they don't necessarily find it easy to get a job in the United States. I think it has a lot to do with like resumes. Personally, for me, a lot of my job hunting experiences went pretty well in the U.S. Mainly because of the fact that I had background experience in a lot of different industries, and there's just like a vast majority of people who don't think that getting a job is easy these days. And it's true, it's true. But if I were to compare the job prospects in the United States and the Philippines, I hands down the United States gives me better opportunities. But yeah, so moving on to the next comparison, I noticed that, like, I go on Facebook Marketplace, and I actually become someone who sells things over there. I sold a couple of stuff there on Facebook Marketplace, and turned out pretty well. Um, not too bad, not too bad at all. Uh, There in the United States, I did some here too, but it's not as easy as like when in the U.S., where people like just hit me up. I was able to like clear my I guess you could say inventory in like a month, yeah, like roughly a month. I was able to clear everything I had to like sell in a month in the U.S. I don't know if I could pull that off here, but let's try. Um, finally, well, not finally. There's just a lot of like transitions that I had to go on. Sorry, this is like these are actually just like the advantages of the United States over the Philippines that I believe. Maybe I'll make a separate video of the advantages of living in the Philippines rather than the United States. But I I saw those. Oh yeah. Also, of course, the weather. I mean, I lived in California for a couple of years, so California weather phenomenal, like hands down. Really like the weather over there. Even though it's like summer, sometimes like I remember like really hot summers in there. It can get really hot, but not as hot as like I don't know the South or something like that. I don't know. I've never been to the South. What am I kidding? Or probably Arizona. Yeah, I've been to Arizona and Nevada, Vegas. So yeah. Basically, what I'm saying is there's three main things that I can compare. That living in the U.S. has an advantage over living in the Philippines, and that is job opportunities, easier job opportunities to find in the United States. There's going to be uh, job opportunities, finances, easier to manage in the United States, easier to apply for like credit cards, loans, car loans, housing loans, all that stuff, because we have a credit score system over there. And finally, the weather. Philippine weather, ridiculously hot. I'm not complaining though. I actually like it personally, but I mean, that's the truth. I do like it. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, see you in another video. Peace out and take care. Bye.